Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to our latest show, The Race for 8th, or will OKC make the playoffs? Let's focus on the three teams fighting for the right to go up against the best team in the NBA in the first round. First up, the New Orleans Pelicans. Last week, the Pelicans went 2-1 with a big win at home over the Clippers. Anthony Davis came back to play in two of them and was his usual MVP self, while Eric Gordon resurrected himself by shooting 50% from three and averaging 17 points per game. Ryan Anderson stepped up in the Unibrows' absence and has been nailing threes at an elite rate. Drew Holiday remains out, and this is a big blow to their chances of staying in this race. Up next, this could be the week that drops them behind the Thunder, as they must face the Hawks at home tonight before a home-and-home versus the Thunder and then the Chicago Bulls on Saturday. If they get above 500 this week, then count them in for the long haul. The Suns went 2-1 with solid wins over the Wizards and Bulls before getting roasted by the Warriors on the road. For the week, they were particularly balanced, led by Goran Dragic's 17 points and Bledsoe with 15.7 and 5 assists. They are still struggling to find the right balance between all their scorers, but if they can figure it out, they'll be very dangerous. This week the Suns have 4 games, 2 very difficult and 2 relatively easy. However, going 2-2 isn't enough since they squandered a chance the week before when OKC lost 2 games in a row. The Thunder had a troubling week last week, losing to the Knicks on the road and then getting squeezed for their second lowest point total by the Grizzlies defense. Kevin Durant missed the first 2 games and looked ragged against Memphis, as did the whole team. For the week, Russell Westbrook led them in scoring and assists, but only shot 36.8% from the field and continues to average almost 5 threes a game while only shooting 21.4% from there. Newcomer Dion Waiters hurt them with terrible shooting and played about 4 minutes per game less this week than he'd been accustomed to since being traded. If they can't figure out how to improve both their defense and offensive ratings, there won't be any hope for them to make up the 4-game difference for that 8th spot. Up next, they have the Magic, a home-and-home versus the Pelicans, and the Clippers. So this week will be key in the race for the 8th spot. Using Arturo Galletti's metrics, which take an advanced look at strength of schedule and historical precedents, we see the Suns actually jumping to 7th, with the Spurs sinking to 8th, leaving both the Pelicans and the Thunder behind. The trade deadline is upon us, but it is doubtful either of these teams does something significant to change their playoff fortunes. By this time next week, we'll have a much clearer picture of how this playoff race will finally shape up.